essentially the face of this network. If there's anybody that will be allowed to go off a script or change what the script is, it's you. So if you...
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. So the Lakers picking Bronny James in the NBA draft is an example of long overdue black nepotism, according to ESPN's Stephen A. Smith and Jay Williams. LeBron's son was selected by the Lakers with the 55th overall pick in the second round of the draft. On Thursday night, a seismic moment which left the 19-year-old overcome with emotion. This means Bronny and his dad are set to become the first ever father-son duo to play at the same time in the NBA, and they will do so for the very same team. However, the former USC Trojans guard who was snubbed in the first round of the draft, joining the same franchise as his dad, has led to accusations of nepotism. Some are arguing that he has only been selected by the Lakers due to LeBron's influence, while suggesting that he is not ready to play in the big leagues.
Nah, stop.
But hold on,
all right,
hold on. In a world where niggas is getting fired left and right, ratings be down in these places. This person losing a show, this person losing a show. We have to do what we got to do to keep these eyes on us to do our jobs. So it is talking about the Lakers. It is talking about the Cowboys for them. Whoever they're bored, that works for them. You got your son on the Lakers. You are the face. You are him in the NBA. We gonna talk about him.
See, I even call cap on that. You have been the #1 rated morning show for 13 years. You are essentially the face of this network. If there's anybody that will be allowed to go off a script or change what the script is, it's you. So if you coming into work, dog, if we come into work 10 pods in a row and I'm beating the topic down to the point that why are we even talking about this, I do expect somebody to say, hey, dog. Enough now.
I got you.
So when they have their pre-production meetings, because on TV you have meetings, and LeBron know what time it is, like I know what time it is. Y'all are talking about the hot topics, the things that drive ratings. You've done your research, there's analytics. So we're going to give you, same thing Charles Barkley said, who's the GOAT, LeBron or Jordan? They're going to give you Lakers talk, Dallas Cowboys talk, no matter what's going on in the sport.
Right.
Some people say that's a large part of why the sports commentary is dwindling down the drain.
I think that's the problem. I think that Stephen A. in particular is compelling and talented enough to make great storylines about anything else.
He's great. He's one of the GOAT to this shit.
Yeah. But this works. We know what works.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit.
It's low-hanging fruit. It's just like what you just said. If you came in here 10 pods in a row talking about something, Drake do something, we get an uptick. Why? Because they want to see you talk about Drake. It's the same thing. They want to see Stephen A. They want to see Skip hate on LeBron. They want to see these people who have built their brands on that.
I absolutely love your example, and you know the history of Drake in this podcast. We wouldn't speak about his child. His child is doing songs. Great example. His child is doing songs. Kanye's child is doing songs. We would not get on air and critique a fucking kid's song that way.
Well, that's just totally different.
What's the difference?
Those are toddlers versus adults.
I think same rules apply. If you talk about somebody's kid, you talk about somebody's kid.
But you only saying that because the kid is with the father. You're seeing them together because everybody's somebody's child. If you want to technically speak, we all somebody's child. So you're saying that they're both playing on the team, and you're actually seeing a father and a son play together. So it's different because you're seeing he have to be a father, not only a father, a coach, and a mentor at the same time.
Yes, if everybody's father was standing next to you,
I got you. I agree.
Whatever you would say to me, you might not say it if my dad was standing right next to me.
No, I would not.
Right?
I think the parallel in your example would be is if we definitely talk about Drake a lot here, but it's when things are in the news. It would be if we came in here, rain, sleet, snail, whatever,
and forced him
and talked about Drake when it's not relevant, or Kendrick, or whoever, fill in the blank, Kanye West, whoever.
So when LeBron says to him, leave my son out the shit, so LeBron is aware that, I know you don't fuck with me, I know you go out your way to talk about me, but don't bring my son into it, basically.
Yeah.
Got it. So
leave my son out of our beef.
Yeah, I'm on your side now.
But
you are covering my child in a manner to which you and I know why you're doing it.
Got it.
The last time that I reached out, because this has been going on for some months, the last time that I told Rich Paul and them to reach out to you and speak to you about it, you went on air and said that was pussy or that was corny. or whatever the word was that he used at the time. So now when he does this address and says, LeBron has my number, Rich Paul has my number, Dallas has Dallas Carter. Maverick Carter, I'm sorry, has my number. Okay, no, dog. Stephen A is from Queens.
Yes.
You know on-site rules. You know on-site rules. I didn't want to reach out to you. We tried that a few months ago. It didn't work. You went back on the air saying whatever you said that you got a problem with. They haven't been specific about that, so I won't try to pretend. But I've seen enough clips to where it's like, that's harsh for somebody's kid. So if I felt like that watching, we had an argument about, you had these niggas in here arguing about bloods versus frats, gangs versus fraternities.
The same thing. Blood is a fraternity. 100%. It's no difference.
You can't.
It's no difference. Only thing they did different is file legal papers that make them a fraternity. If somebody was to name Blood Alpha Phi Blood right now and file the papers, then Blood would be a fraternity, and we could start it anywhere, and they could put it in colleges and all that. Being Blood is not a crime. What you do, if you're doing criminal activity as being a Blood, makes it a crime. But that doesn't mean every Blood is a criminal. It doesn't mean every Blood needs to go to jail for the crime that one Blood did. So I know there's a lot of people in fraternities that broke hella laws and they are locked up right now. I know there's a lot of Q dogs who locked their ass up right now. You heard? You dig? But nobody talks about that. It's all the same thing.
Niggas say, ooh.
You heard?
It's funny as shit.
It's all the same thing. Freemasons, fraternities, Bloods, Crips, Yetas, it's all the same thing.
I don't know. Let me ask you a question about that. Let me ask you a question about that. So if somebody said, what's the fundamental...
The benefits
purpose?
Might not be the same.
There we go.
You heard? Fraternity has a different type of benefit. You sign to this fraternity, hopefully it'll help you out with your future successes and business endeavors. And this dude might work at this law firm. Now he gives you an automatic in. Now your intern there to end up being, you dig? But it kind of works in the same way of that also, because you got people like me that have been helping out people legally and giving people different type of jobs and opportunities in their lifestyle. So what's the difference?
But let me ask you this though about... Oh, go ahead.
Is it a difference in majority versus minority? And
As far as what?
And when I say that, you Blood, right?
Right.
If we took 100 Bloods,
Right.
give me a real one, yo. Not to win your argument, or not argument, a real one of people that are putting other people in position to be successful. Keep it a buck.
Out of 100 Bloods, how many? The percentage might be low. It might be low.
So that's where the differentiation lies, because with the sorority example, or with the Mason example, or with the Congress, senators, Imani brought up, the Congress and senators, they be running that shit like death row. But niggas won't know that. What we see from gang culture, and we all been around, all our friends, family, whatever, is down, but
I'm trying to know you, nigga. Don't try to get me.
Get you affiliated.
Everybody in here got family or friends that's affiliated, whether they knee deep or whether they just on the surface. So what I'm saying is the perception of it is where we get the disparity.
100%.
Because we don't see enough niggas.
You asked me a question. Now you go into something different. You asked me if being Blood in a fraternity, do I feel is the same thing? And yes, I feel it's the same thing. I feel being a Blood is a fraternity. Now, there's big differences between being Alpha Phi Alpha and non-trade gangster.
Exactly.
Yes, there are big differences, but the premise of what it is the same thing, my brother.
I agree. So, fraternities is brotherhoods, right? And a gang is a brotherhood. I think the question for me is like, what's it organized around? So like when I'm in a fraternity, and it was like, all right, we organized around black men achieving, right? I got a lot of respect actually for gangs and shit they do, especially historically. I guess my question is, what do Bloods organize around, or Crips organize around? Like, what's their goal? What's the reason for coming together? The
brotherhood is about lifting each other up. Like what we see in the public, we got a lot of ignorance when it comes to the gangbang, but the underline is about lifting each other up. That's what we believe in. Each one teach one and things like that. But you won't see that. The media only wants you to paint the ugly picture. But there's a lot of positive situations that goes on within the gang community. There's a lot of brothers that have been through a lot that always pour into their community to give back. There's a lot of gang prevention programs that gang leaders run themselves and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? But the word gang itself already puts a twist on it, or anything that happens to it. You dig? So it's like the positivity goes out the window feel as soon as somebody hears a gang, or as soon as somebody hears blood, or someone hears Crip, when there's a lot of positive activity goes on within the gang community.
It is.
You heard?
Would you want your son to join?
Would I want my son to join?
Yeah.
No, I say that in my music. I wouldn't want him to join, but I wouldn't stop him from joining.